everybody, and welcome back to another video. So in the last video I said the next video would be one about the A7 IV, comparing it to the A7 III, but I'm still working on that. So today I thought it would be fun to just go out and do a little bit of street photography. Now, to make it a little interesting, I figured I would shoot only with the Sony A7iv 1.8 FE lens. So like I mentioned, I'm going to be shooting everything with this lens here today. It's such a sentimental lens for me because when I jumped from the Sony A6300, the APS-C, into full frame, this was the very first lens that I bought. And in 2018, this lens was talked about everywhere. It's pretty iconic. It was such a popular lens and it still holds up today. The shots coming out of it are super sharp, and I thought it'd be fun to challenge myself and only use this lens today, because if you know how to use it, it can be really great, but it can also be really challenging, especially for street photography, because you need a lot of space. And that's why I don't think it's a very traditional street photography lens. It doesn't show a lot of the street. It really isolates subjects, but what I love about it, it has that beautiful compression. So if you get the right distance and really know how to use the lens, you can get some really beautiful images and some really candid ones of people, because you're really able to be really far away and catch them in just their natural moments. But we'll continue shooting and I'll give you some final thoughts at the end. I don't wanna go anyway with me. Alright, so I started at the beginning of golden hour and now it's at the tip of the blue hour, and I'm going to continue shooting a little bit more to see what we can get. But Kat just met up with me. She finished her work day, so now we're just going to venture around and shoot a little bit more. I picked this street because it is stupidly busy. This street spans from that main train station, which is Friedrichstraße Bahnhof, and it goes all the way to a very famous place, which is Checkpoint Charlie. So before the war, it was considered the entertainment district, lots of theaters and palaces, and there's actually still a palace. Friedrichstraße Palace is still around here. And after the war, this area became infamous because one of the main checkpoint border crossings is Checkpoint Charlie. So from the Bahnhof, which is the U-Bahn station, all the way down to the end of this street, it is Checkpoint Charlie, and in between, which used to be the entertainment district, is now a major shopping area. And I thought it would be a cool place to explore and get some street photography because it is so busy and all different types of people. So we're gonna shoot a little bit and then we'll jump back home. So this is just going to be a really quick one today. Just didn't want to not make a video for this week while I'm still working on the other video that I mentioned earlier. And just to quickly wrap it all up, is the A7iv a good street photography lens? Well, yes and no. I think it is a really good sort of street portrait lens if you have a little bit of time to maybe set up your shots, or if you see a shot and you have the distance, it can be really great. It gives you amazing compression, gives you that sort of a dreamy look, really good foreground and background blur. The depth of field is absolutely amazing on it. But what it lacks is when you're sometimes catching things right in the moment, it's just not wide enough. So if you are seeing something happen and you're too close, you're just not gonna get it. And that's why the traditional 28mm or 35mm lens is just so perfect for street photography. And the other thing is, if you don't have your shutter quite fast enough, things are just going to be a little bit blurry. There were a couple shots that were unusable. If I kept them, I'll put them up. But I think I had my shutter at 1/125 and it was just a little too slow and things were blurry. The shutter has to be quite fast, so you do need a lot of light. So towards the end of blue hour, and why I'm ending the video here now, is because it's getting a little dark and just not enough light to get a nice crisp photo. But other than that, still love this lens. Still one of my go-to lenses. I love using it. but I haven't shot with it strictly for a while. So sometimes it's really nice just to have one camera, one lens, challenge yourself creatively, and see what you get. So we'll end the video here. We'll be back soon with the next one. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It really does help out. It pushes it into the algorithm and really pushes it to the top. I really appreciate everyone's support, and we'll see you in the next one. So live passionately and stay inspired. Bye.